Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. So we're seeing this one ship that's blocking the Suez Canal. A lot of people have commented on what this is all about. I believe it's, it was a manufactured incident, whether it was a deep state manufactured incident to jack up the price of oil, which is, I think, one of their goals. I think eventually their goal is to jack the price of oil up as they're doing right now to make their Green New Deal more viable, more attractive. So that's what's going on with the price of oil going up. That's my view anyway. So that ship blocking the canal is basically causing 1/3 of shipping to go around, which is adding a whole week, going around Africa. That means a lot of stuff is going to go up in price. So what's that going to do to the stock market? I believe the stock market is going to go up. We'll see what happens, but definitely next week is going to go up. I've positioned myself to take advantage of that. So, but you have to be very nimble. So Mike is not an investment professional and does not recommend that you go to the quick little thing that you hear, like, we're not responsible for your own. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm just giving you my insights. You have to be very nimble when it comes to the stock market. It's super heavily manipulated. And if I'm going to make an investment, it's going to be a little bit more of a long-term event. So I'm looking at prices going up a little bit over the next few weeks. We'll see. But I'm very nimble. If I feel something, I'm out. So you guys that are intuitive, that depend on other people to make your intuitive decisions, don't invest. All right, gold and silver, definitely going to go big, right? The manipulation of those prices, the hold down of those prices. Now, a lot of you are like, Mike, you said gold and silver are going to go up, but it's been going down. It's because it's been manipulated to go down so that people can get out of their short positions. That's right. So they're getting out of their short positions, the banks and the biggies and so forth. So now that they're getting out of it, what's going to happen to those prices? I think they're going to go up. So we're going to see. We're getting those shorts are going to get squeezed here pretty soon. I think a lot of the big guys have gotten their money out. So we'll see what happens to the price. Getting silver, I've gone heavy on silver, gold, and platinum. We're going to see what happens. But all the experts have been saying that stuff's going up, guys. Inflation looks like it's about ready to take off. This faux administration that's in there right now for the U.S. is basically, playing some dirty games. They're going to try and make their money like they have in the past. So bigger scale consciousness, like I said, many months ago, we're going to be in a dark period after the inauguration period. At some point, coming up pretty soon, we're going to start to see the light being the reveal, the light being the technologies that have existed for a long time are going to start to come out. That manipulations and horrific things that have been implemented through very elite circles is going to come out at an even greater pace. Now, we've seen a lot of this with Jeffrey Epstein, the Epstein Island. That stuff has been a slow reveal for a while, guys, right? So some people still aren't even getting that. So I know a lot of you are like, well, when is it going to be revealed? A lot of stuff is being revealed. I'm revealing it. A lot of other people are revealing it. You guys have been getting more information at this one area right here that I have seen this stuff for decades, and you guys are getting it all at once. So the reveal is on. So you guys are like, when is it going to be revealed in the MSM? It's not going to happen. Now, the bigger reveal starts to happen when that MSM goes bye-bye, all right? So those of us that are basically special forces right now in the news, we're basically pushing. We got the shield wall. We're pushing real hard on those guys that are mainstream media. We're like special forces guys, We're going up against an army. We're like unbelievably pushing back on these guys. They're doing everything they can to stop us out. They're trying to control the narrative. they've done a real good job. Look at Democrats, they basically suppress, a lot of conservatives. Why is that? Because they're on top of the narrative. They're pushing it, even though it's wrong, even though it's false, even though we're seeing right through it. There's not enough of you that are stepping up and going BS, because you think that that's beneath you to like step up and like argue your point. It's like the argue your point is like, it's obvious, it's stupid. No, it's not. It's not obvious until you do argue it. So you guys keep pushing. A lot of you guys, getting stopped out on, social media and stuff like that. At least you're doing what you can, but you have to be like a special forces guy and try and work around those things, right? And you're like, yeah, Mike, you just lost your 200,000, subscriber channel on YouTube. Yeah, because, I'm pushing constantly. I'm in the shield wall. Get behind me and help me push these assholes. So, all right, let's share the screen and I'll show you guys some stuff. It's going to be good. You guys are going to like it. All right, here's this behemoth. How did this thing get stuck like that? I think it was manipulated. Now, when I first saw this, I'm like, ooh, that's what I used to do. SEAL Team 6, we used to go and control the bridge. Now, if someone went on there and controlled the bridge, they would have spun, the ass end around and hammered it into the side right here at high speed. Even though they have a pilot on there that would have been arguing, no, don't do that. Someone did it, right? Now, was it taken over electronically and manipulated like this at this perfect point in the Suez Canal? I don't know. So, or did someone physically come up and do this? I don't know. So I'm not on board that ship, guys. All I can do is look. I'm an outsider that has been part of these games for many, many, many years. 35 years I played them hardcore. And now, even though I'm not involved, physically in them, I'm able to look at them as a remote viewer and see that, there's something going on here. Now look at these little tiny craft that are like digging out the mud with this massive ship that's buried deep into the mud. So what's going to have to happen here? In my opinion, the cargo containers are going to have to be offloaded, take the weight off this thing so it can float out of there, right? Because it's too deeply stuck. Now, I think it was done on purpose, whether it was done by the white hats in the US, whether it was done by white hats in Russia or whoever. You're like, Russia? I thought they were the bad guys. Yeah, that was manipulation. Hello, Russia, not the bad guys. Someone always has to be the bad guy for the deep state. And so that's their thing. There's no one bad in Russia to the point where they're going to take over the world, right? Anyway, someone did it. Who was it? I think that's part of the reveal coming up. Ever given. So I saw that this was, who was Jeffrey Epstein's partner? That was, what's her name? Maxwell, something like that. Her father, I think, owns this particular ship. Yeah. So Ghislaine Maxwell. I kind of saw a little bit. Maybe you guys get your little thinking caps going on. So Ghislaine Maxwell, her father is a billionaire, right? So he still has his finger in there. If he's still alive, I don't know. But anyway, I've seen that maybe Evergreen with Evergreen containers on there, which is basically a CIA front, is probably get some human trafficking in these containers, drug trafficking, weapons trafficking. Is it going to be revealed? Maybe when they take those off to lighten the load here at some point, maybe somebody's in there screaming. If they're probably delaying this process, so whoever's in there maybe won't be alive anymore, so there won't be any screaming. So this is all part of a deep state plan. They're flooding our border. They're doing trafficking in these container ships and so forth. They make tons of money, trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars every year, doing these illegal movements. And they control, the CIA, they control the FBI, they control probably pretty much every government out there right now. And if they don't control them, they'll get to the people that are in control and make them part of their Ponzi scheme. So that puppy's not going anywhere for a while, and they're gonna continue to like make a show of doing something here, but it's not gonna be enough. Those containers that are on top of that thing are gonna have to come off, and we'll see what happens after that. So what else? We have a lot. We have a lot here. Biden administration urges Supreme Court to let cops enter homes and seize guns without a warrant. So I think there's like nine different Supreme Court guys. Where is it at? Trump signs executive orders to extend COVID economic relief. This is an old one. Biden stimulus bill passed during lame duck session is at best just a start. Compounding the dishonesty, police told Kim. So this was basically something that happened in the past where this one couple had a fight. And he was joking around that he's going to take his gun. He put his gun on the table and said, "Go ahead and use it." He basically emptied it, and then they had argued some more. She left and go to a hotel and tried to call. He didn't answer, and so she calls the cops to go do a wellness check. And he's on the porch. He talks to him. He's like, "I'm not going to the hospital. You guys are great. Seize my guns." So they promised they wouldn't seize his guns, and then when he went to the hospital, they went and seized his guns, and so they said that she gave him the authority and she didn't, and so forth. So anyway, it went back and forth. So now they want to, they're urging the Supreme Court to go in and allow them to wellness, because if you like have a car, some abandoned cars on the side of the road, police have rightfully the ability to basically seize that, even though it's not their property, because it's a hazard. So they're trying to get to the point where they can say that all these people that have guns are potential hazard. All right. So this is a slowly but surely they're coming after the guns. All right. They're building up legality so that they can come in and actually do this. So lots of Supreme Courts throughout the country, all of them pretty much deep state run. And states are going to try and pass this so they can come in and get our guns. So that's not gonna work out real good. All right, another Fauci prediction blows up. Since lifting lockdown, COVID cases in Texas have dropped 36%. So this COVID lie is basically coming undone on many different levels. So my thing is, why would you do that arm pump thing? Why would you do that? Because it's basically a mind control issue. You've been MK Ultra'd for over a year, that this is dangerous, although less than 1% do have a problem with that to the point where they die. Yet the people that are having problems with it are astronomical, guys. And so anyway, you have the free will, you have the choice to do what you want. It's up to you, but I would be very careful with that. I would really look very carefully at what you're going to do with that arm pump thing. Virginia restaurateur who ignored mask mandate beats government in court, will keep doors open. So we need more, people that own businesses to basically step up Now, I know corporations are basically, a lot of them are in bed with the deep state. So they're going to continue their mask mandates throughout all the states that are basically getting rid of mask mandates. So don't give them their business. Go to the guys that are, saying you don't need a mask. Definitely do that. And as we go forward, we're going to, break these guys back. It took Matt Strickland, a Marine Corps veteran of the War on Terror, 5 years to build his business up from a food truck to a popular brick and mortar eatery. Now, after scrapping Governor Northam's mask mandate and giving his employees and customers alike the freedom of choice, he is at risk of losing his hard work as he prepares to fight for his livelihood in court against his own government. I'm not afraid of the state. I'm not afraid of the federal government, Strickland says. I spent most of my adult life fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan. Yeah, me too. I have no problem coming home and fighting here in Virginia. That's what it's like. I told you guys, we're in a war. We're in a war against this deep state, and we have to win it. So these states are rolling back COVID restrictions, including mask mandates and indoor capacity caps. So we've already seen a lot of states that are doing this. Mississippi, Texas, Alabama, Arizona, West Virginia, and Connecticut announced significant loosening of statewide pandemic restrictions like mask mandates and indoor capacity limits in the first week of March. These states joined several others in loosening statewide coronavirus restrictions in early 2021. Some states like Georgia and Alaska chose never to implement statewide mandates. Last September, Florida became one of the largest states to roll back COVID capacity restrictions. As I just pointed out, Texas, after rolling back its mask mandate, has actually had, COVID deaths drop by 36%. So, there's it's going to continue. This lie, this COVID lie is there. We've been pointing out for months and months and months. Now it's hitting mainstream media. So they plan to do this. They plan to control us for, years with this thing, but it's coming unglued for them. And it needs to pick up space, because there's lots of countries like the UK that still have that. Nicholas Veneman, I just did a show with him a little while ago, and he says it's like everyone's brain dead on this in the UK. They're basically totally, hook, line, and sinker on this thing. So fortunately here in the US, we're able to break the back of this. We're helping each other. We're pushing this. It needs to continue. Of course, there's still states that are, deep state controlled, like California, not Texas, but California, New York, Illinois. Those states need to have their back broke hard as far as this mask mandate. And I know you guys agree with me. It needs to come from us. We need to push back on this. Alabama, Ivy, hello, Kay, what's up? On March 4th, she extended Alabama's statewide mask mandate, but it said it would expire April 9th, so that's coming. So we need to get past Easter, Ivy said. All right. So you're a tool, obviously, Ivy. Republican Governor Steve Ducey issued an executive order on March 5th. Basically, restaurants, and Steve Ducey, he's a tool as well. Restaurants, gyms, theaters, water parks, bowling alleys, and bars providing dine-in services. So you can end the restrictions on them, but it's up to those businesses where they're going to do it or not, guys. It could be their, why would they continue it? Because people could come in and charge them, saying that, I came into your establishment, there was no mask, and I got COVID, and I'm dying now. It's your fault. So a lot of businesses are, very, very scared, especially the big guys. Of course, the big businesses are deep state controlled. So they're going to continue these mask mandates ad infinitum. So we don't give them our business if we can help it. So the Grand Canyon State never had a statewide mask mandate, although I went there, in Sedona and through Phoenix, and it was definitely being enforced in a lot of places. So whatever. Arkansas, Governor Asa announced the end of most indoor capacity restrictions on March 31st. Connecticut is they're coming off there in Connecticut, Indiana, Iowa, Mississippi, Montana, North North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina. That governor, Henry McMaster, he's sketchy to me. Texas, of course, Greg Abbott is deep state tool. West Virginia, they're coming off there. It says that bars and restaurants will be able to operate at 100% capacity, seating capacity, as of March 6th. What say you, West Virginia? Is that true? Are the mask mandate still on when you go into those establishments? You know, I can walk into, you know, a place anywhere here in California or Nevada, and you know, I walk in the door, have to have a mask on, I sit down, take it off, but that little space, according to health officials, that's why they mandate this, that little space is very dangerous. But when I sit down, it's no problem. It's pathetically stupid, all right? And it needs to stop. It needs to stop now. Republican in Wyoming, Mark Gordon announced on March 8th the state would repeal its state mask mandate and allow bars, blah, 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 operations on March 16th. All right, so we have a lot of states that basically have done away with the mask mandates, and seating capacity and stuff in the bars are up, in the restaurants are up. They never really were a problem. Probably the lowest incidence of people getting sick were from restaurants and bars, but yet they, you know, basically want to destroy them so this communist system could come in. So communist, remember, Russia used to be communist. Russia's not communist anymore. They're like, they look at America and go, you guys are stupid. They've been saying that for years. You guys are stupid what you're doing right now. And yes, we are. They're devouring our sons. Speaking of stupid, moms of gender confused boys unite, detail their anguish. So what are they really trying to do with gender bullshit? All right. They're trying to demasculate the American male population so they don't want to carry guns, right? So they don't want to defend themselves anymore. So they want to fight for their freedoms. This is part of what they do, guys. And it's a real problem in a lot of areas. So some of their boys are now taking cross-sex hormones like estrogen and spironolactone and are on the path to losing their fertility as they put themselves at significant risk of a variety of diseases and medical complications. So this is coming from the school system, and a politically and religiously diverse group of mothers who hail from everywhere between the deep blue San Francisco Bay Area to the ruby red deep South stress that all they're trying to do is keep their sons overcome their distress. So if they get in distress, they need to put them on hormones to make them demasculinated, right? So every boy goes through stress, right? So it's like they're going to utilize that to basically come after young males and demasculate them. All right, I had Bishop Larry Gators on. He broke the back of the deep state with Carmen Studer and I yesterday. Highly recommend you guys jump in and watch this. It's outstanding. And of course, I put his links in here. Carmen Studer has her links in here, and I have all the links to my stuff. If you want to go into my Unleashing Intuition courses, I'm going to come back very soon within the next couple of days with the new Ultimate Course Bundle package. I caught up on all the people that had, pretty much gone in there, before the year ended. You guys came in at like such an unbelievable level. I had to take that off. And now that I've caught up, I'm going to bring a little bit of that back. It's going to be different. Of course, prices, like for my stuff are low. So I continue to bring them up a little bit. So that's probably going to happen. As you guys know, that's what I do with those courses. So another thing you can look at, the 5G, EMF 5G protection. I have it on all my computers and stuff like that. So you see the little gold, it's got 12. It's not 369 like they say the Tesla technology is, but it's actually 12. So Tesla technology, scalar wave technology actually go 369, 12. All right, we've been lied to. We've lied to about a lot of stuff when it comes to science, guys. All right, also in the Scent Nutrition, they just came in with coffee. That's right. They have, I would say, the best. I'm serious. I'm a big coffee drinker. I didn't really become a coffee drinker until I was in my like late 30s. But, you know, I love coffee now. As you see here, you get 10% off your first order, big discount. So they have organically grown and mold and mycotoxin free. It is the, like I said, I believe it's probably the most delicious coffee I've ever had. So I highly recommend it. They also have bee pollen, or I'm sorry, raw pine pollen back again. It was gone for a while. So if you get in here and buy bundles, like they have the Intuition bundle, they did that just for me. Thank you guys. And also Jay Campbell approved bundle. So they have you know, we come in and influence these guys. These guys are amazing. And they come in with some very nice packages where you can save, get 10% off your shipping right now. Definitely, guys, try that coffee. It is over the top. All right. So U.S. Code and 246 militia composition and classes. Now, why would I bring up militia? The militia of the United States consists of all able-bodied males. So what won the Revolutionary War? Militias. And all able-bodied males at least 17 years of age, and except as provided in Section 313 of Title 32. So this is all law under 45 years of age who are or who have made a declaration of intention to become citizens of the United States, of female citizens of the United States who are members of the National Guard militia. The classes of militia are the organized militia, which consists of the National Guard and the naval militia, and the unorganized militia, which consists of the members of the militia who are not members of the National Guard or the naval militia. So that could really be just about anybody, right? Yeah, and it could be legally anyone that wants to incorporate themselves as a legal class of militia. It is time that we start militias, guys. All right, I'm just going to leave that there. Where's all the damn ammo? Speaking of militia. So militias get a bad name, but there are legal militias in the United States. Where's all the damn ammo? Federal Premium's president has some answers, right? So a lot of people are thinking this is a conspiracy thing. There are, I think I saw somewhere like 7 million new gun owners last year. Why would that be? Why would that be? Oh, because of Antifa and Black Lives Matter? Oh, yes, of course. And people are pretty concerned about these gun grabs that is coming, gun grab laws that are coming from this current administration, faux administration. All right, the FBI tracks background checks, blah, blah, blah. And the owner of Federal Ammo, let's go in and see what he has to say.
Really feel humbled that the demand is high for our products. And I ask, please squash the rumors. You don't have to believe everything that's out on the internet. We are doing our damnedest to meet this demand. We appreciate all of our support for American manufacturing jobs, and it really humbles our thousands of team members that you've chosen our brands to help you with your hobbies, self-defense, hunting. We feel humble, but again, please understand, we are doing everything we can.
All right, Federal, I like their ammo. I have bought lots of their ammo over time. When I left the SEAL teams and I had to start to buy my own ammo, I was like, but you know, I used to when I was SEAL Team 6, we used to shoot 1,000 to 2,000 rounds a day when we're in standby, and that was like, you know, the work. We're like 1 hour from being called back in at any time, and within 4 hours we'd be on a jet someplace, anywhere in the world to take down terrorists. So that's what we did, and we were amazing shots. I can tell you, when you shoot that many rounds a day, you become exceptionally well. I could do 3 headshots in less than a second. That's right. It's pretty incredible how well trained SEAL Team 6 guys are. All right, in a follow-up video, he answers the common complaint, where's all the hunting ammo? Federal has been around for 99 years, and we made more ammo this year than we have in any of the 99 years of our company. certainly that wasn't enough. We understand that. So they have been rehiring, I guess, besides turnout rounds at the federal plant, Vista, who now owns the Remington ammunition and so forth, they purchased Remington ammunition, which had gone bankrupt, and its assets and the Remington trademark in October. And so they're really ramping up. They're getting going high tech. They're adding more employees. So guys, the ammo's coming. It's going to come. So don't worry. I've been looking at this and I've been like, what's going on? I never felt there was some kind of conspiracy thing. I thought, you know, it was the COVID thing that they were using to basically suppress this, which I believe was part of what they were doing. And it's backfiring on them. Ammo shortage to continue until summer of 2021. And that's not that far off. It's like 3 months out, right? So I think we're going to see an end to this. And it says, hit by unexpected pandemic and civil unrest, ammo companies have struggled to keep pace with surging demand for popular home defense and concealed carry calibers. So where's it saying here? It says, National Shooting Sports Foundation reported a massive influx of new gun owners in 2020, totaling 6.2 million. New shooters purchasing guns and ammunition caused a significant drop in supply. So they're really ramping it up. Of course, anytime there's a big ramp up, you know, you hire a bunch of people and then it falls off like it did in 2017, because a lot of people thought that Hillary Clinton was going to be elected. So they bought like crazy. So they hired all kinds of people. And then when Trump came in, they're like, oh, we're okay. So 2017, there's a massive drop in demand. And so they had to, like, you know, let go a lot of people. So, you know, these things come and go. Is this going to be one of those things that comes and goes when Trump comes back? I mean, did I say that? Is Trump coming back? If something like that were to happen, then that would press down demand pretty quickly. Speaking of demand, let's look at gold and silver. So this is from Pimpy's investment chat. He's got some good stuff going on, and I don't know what is going on with this site here. Let me get this back where it needs to be. About right there. There we go.
The March lows from last year. I don't think we can call this the bottom just yet until it.
So we're not at the bottom of gold and silver going down, but I think we might be. See that little bump there? See this chart, how it's basically on this line? And this is technical stuff. If you're into technical investment, which I am, you look at how stocks move. And if they break, like you see this line right here, if this had broken this line, would mean there's probably going to be a new drop off, right? It held that line. So for me, looking at gold, it's like it held. Now it's starting to pop up a little bit. So I think we might soon see a new high. So we'll see what happens, you know? Let's listen to what they have to say.
And so if we check the daily chart for gold, well, we can see that it's roundabout in line with the 30-day moving average there. And we can also see in this chart that the MACD hasn't been at this level, certainly the last 2.5 years or so. Meanwhile, the RSI also hasn't been such lows as we've seen over the course of this last month. And so as far as I see it, it's all about distorting the perception of reality, because what we are currently
distorting the perception of reality. This isn't.
See, I was about to say the same thing. That's good, Mr. Pimpy. So it's very important to look at how reality is being distorted, right? So the reality is that gold and silver has been artificially suppressed for a very long time. So as inflation is soon to start to kick, we'll see that this stuff is going to like take off, and that the controls that have been on, because it takes a long time to get gold and silver now, a long time. I think it took me several weeks to get a shipment. One shipment took like over a month. So we came in, we bought this stuff. We, the people of the earth, came in and bought this stuff heavy, because we know that this is about to turn on these bad boys.
I know people out there, I like people who go, haha, I'm a cryptocurrency fan, and therefore when this type of stuff happens to gold and silver, because I tell you guys I'm in favor of precious metals, they go, haha, you're wrong, the values are going down. I'm like, see, good Lord, man, you guys pay attention to what's going on. This is all fake. Just like your numbers, these are artificially pushed down as cryptocurrencies are artificially pushed up. Come down. Anyways, again, let's just keep an eye on this. We know they are manipulating, and keep in mind again that when we look at this is paper value. This isn't real value. We know that the true value of precious metals is way higher than that, and it's going to come to the surface.
We're seeing is central banks still willingly buying gold, and of course they respond positively to lower prices. Meanwhile, Russia has reported here back in 2019 that they would consider investing part of their national wealth fund in gold. Now, that has subsequently been confirmed.
So back in 2019, Russia said it would consider investing part of its national wealth fund in gold. They have. That was in 2019. We're in 2021. They're doing it. They've done it.
This week.
What does that mean? They know something's coming up, and they're starting to protect themselves with precious metals.
In addition to that, it's also worth noting, as David Brady points out,
so Mexico also has a massive amount of silver. So a lot of very smart people, a lot of very smart governments are choosing to get into gold and silver.
Excellent chart. The bullion banks are racing to get out of their short positions at the fastest pace since October 2016.
So October 2016, they're getting out of their short positions. So they thought that Hilly was going to come in, and when they saw that she wasn't coming in, they got out of their short positions very quick. And Donald Trump helped those prices return to where they close. I would say even close. At least they started to return to normality. Now they're about to take off again because they can't suppress them for much longer.
At the bottom of gold at 1124 in December 2016.
Yeah, buddy. Remember when we were doing the silver squeeze, and we were talking about how we're going to affect these people, those who are selling shorts, manipulating the market? Look at them. They're starting to panic, and they're starting to do what they can to get out of their shorts as quickly as possible. That's how you know the squeeze is working.
16 ahead at the bottom of gold at 1124 in December 2016. Consider.
So the squeeze of the shorts that we initiated is having its effect. They're getting out. They suppressed. They have a lot of power, have a lot of money. So they basically pushed the price down, and now they're selling their short positions so they don't lose as much. And once those short positions come off and normal trading starts within a few days from here, that's going to be very interesting to see where these markets go. So the Biden administration set to launch COVID passport that would track Americans who have taken vaccines. Don't fall for this. The effort has gained momentum amid President Biden's pledge that the nation will start to regain normalcy this summer, and with a growing number of companies from cruise lines to sports teams saying they will require proof of vaccination before opening their doors again. Unbelievable. All right. So they're going to up the pressure on people to get these vaccinations, guys. Don't fall for it. Ted Cruz, cartel members renting kids to bring them to U.S. border. So these gang members and so forth are renting kids. That way they can get in because they're accompanying a minor. The minor, they find out the minor is not related to that person, but that person's already in. So they give them free reign to go. Criminals, drug dealers, rapists, murderers, it doesn't matter. Once they come in, they're basically given freedom to just go once they're in. And if they got a minor with them, they get the free reign to come in a lot easier. So they're renting out kids at unbelievable rates to come here. And of course, they're abused. Since many of those kids then are physically abused or sexually abused, and they are seeing the kids then coming multiple times with multiple different adults. It's renting kids, renting babies, renting little children. Way to go, Biden administration. As you know, they claim it's just a normal surge. It's a normal surge. It's the biggest surge in 47 years, but it's normal. It's normal. It's okay. All right. So very, very crazy. You know, the stuff that happens with these liberals, they just fall for this stuff. It's like, oh yeah, it's normal. This is something that always happens. Let's look at the chat a little bit, see what you guys got to say. Supreme Courts have no power, or they would have dealt with the election fraud. DC elected Don. Yes, good point. But they can ignore. They have the power to ignore or say it doesn't matter when there's fraud, election fraud. Remember that? So yeah, they do have some power. That power is to, you know, basically do some bad stuff. You know what the scary thing is? Since Qs have been quiet, there's been all kinds of new people with inside sources, with special information. Be careful what you follow. That's true. Lots of disinformation going on around there, guys. Gas $4 a gallon for super unleaded. Thanks, demon rats. That's right. It's a lot higher here in California than $4 a gallon. California, CCP owned, absolutely. Lots of states are CCP owned. Georgia, yep. Let's see, violation of Nuremberg codes with the forced jab, absolutely. And even in Nuremberg, people are waking up and were manifesting their anger. That's right, and that's why Angela Merkel basically came off of keeping the lid on people getting out, because there was such a massive protest. She was going to, like, you know, through the April timeframe where we have, you know, the holidays and so forth, where Jesus rose from the dead. So Easter. So she was going to keep it through Easter. But of course, you know, here in the States, we got a lot of states that are, even those that are posing as Republican conservative states, as I just pointed out, that they're still keeping those phony mandates on. All right. Silver is, yes, silver is good. So I don't know what you mean by that, but yes, silver is. 110% pushback. Yeah, join the shield wall, start pushing back, guys. Anyone second guessing the military, you're about to feel pretty stupid. I hope you're right, Kim. So we'll see what happens with that. I can tell you that the military is involved, guys. They're doing stuff. Whether they're going to come in and like start taking down these monkeys that are pretty much causing us some problems, I don't know. I think a lot of them are basically being taken away. Yes, quietly, because eventually what happens is, you know, this stuff really gets exposed, and people will probably get pretty angry. And if they know that people have gone bye-bye, you know, to the point where even taken away and executed, which I think is going on right now for a lot of people, then they're less likely to riot and turn into what, you know, we saw these guys do. So we don't want that. We don't want to be like that. Now, if you show up in force like a good militia would do, then stupid doesn't happen. But if you're not prepared and these guys do their stupid stuff like we've seen, you know, Antifa and BLM and all that kind of stuff, then, you know, they get to do whatever they want. I think it's time to start standing up. We need to start to stand up to all of this stuff, and a good militia will help that happen. Trump is not responsible for what's in the vax. Sorry, that's right. He put out some good stuff, but it got hijacked. Good stuff that didn't have any problems. So remember how he pushed out, I believe, good stuff, guys. I think that probably will come out eventually. So yeah, it's not up to him whether you get that vax or not. It's all It's all your choice. Does Michael even read his chat? Ha, gnarly, ha ha. So yes, I must have heard you. That's why I jumped in here. Yes, June Patriot JFK Jr. is alive. Absolutely. A lot of people have seen him. A lot of people have confirmed that. Trolls blocked. Yes, hopefully trolls are being blocked. All right. So meditate. Let's do a nice, quick little meditation. I'm going to get a little different bowl for you guys to meditate with. So this is tuned to the earth frequency. Let's stop the share. So the earth frequency. Lovely, right? So take in a deep breath. And as you take it in, any tension that you have in your body, let it go. Now take in one more deep breath. And as you exhale, let go any remaining tension. Now imagine you're surrounded by a golden ball of light. It's loving, protective, and healing. Now imagine another golden ball of light outside of yours, going out and surrounding the earth with golden, loving light. At any time, you can come back and put your attention on this golden ball of light. Now, why do we do this? Because the evil ones can't exist in a frequency that is at the frequency of love. They have no effect on us. They have no power. And when they die, they cannot come back here and reincarnate. They go off planet to somewhere else. All right, lots of love out there, guys. And we'll see you guys next time. And just in a few minutes, I'm going to be in the Optimized Tribe. If you haven't joined the Optimized Tribe yet, guys, that's where it's at. Lots of good stuff over there. We have amazing people over there. We have David Nino Rodriguez who's joining us at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tomorrow at 5, we have 𝙗𝙗 joining us. So if you're not in yet, you got to get in. Bishop Larry Gator is going to join us on Tuesday. So lots of great people coming in. All right.